Let's talk about microphones. You will often hear me say that audio is equally as important as video, and one of the biggest mistakes that I see beginner filmmakers make is neglecting good audio. You can have a super cinematic image, but if you have terrible audio to accompany that image, your video is not going to be professional. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the different types of microphones that you might use, some microphones that I would suggest that you buy in different price ranges, and then a few tips to help you get clean audio for your videos. The three most common microphones that you'll be using as a filmmaker are shotgun or boom mics, lavalier mics or lav mics for short, and cardioid mics. These mics all have different purposes and pickup patterns, and I'm going to walk you through the different situations which you would use each one. A shotgun mic has a unidirectional pickup pattern that looks like this. As you can see, it kind of looks like a spray of bullets that a shotgun would give when being fired. Shotguns or boom mics are the best for picking up the sound of a person or an object anywhere from 1 to 5 feet away. Because of the pickup pattern, you need to make sure that the microphone is pointed directly at your subject, or else it won't pick up their sound very well. These are the most common types of microphones for getting dialogue in movies, interviews, and any kind of situation where you'd want someone to be talking, but you don't want to see the mic in the shot. The second most common type of microphone is a lavalier mic, or a lav mic for short. This microphone has an omnidirectional pickup pattern that looks like this, meaning that it picks up audio coming from all directions within 1 to 2 feet. This mic is best for clipping onto someone's shirt like a wedding officiant or a motivational speaker that's going to be walking around on a stage. This microphone isn't as crisp or as clean sounding as a boom mic or a cardioid mic, but it will get the job done in situations where you have someone that's moving around or where you don't want to see a huge mic in front of their face. The third most common type of microphone is a cardioid mic. Cardioids also have a unidirectional pickup pattern like a boom mic, but whereas boom mics have a further reach, cardioid mics work the best only being 6 to 12 inches away from your subject. This is the kind of microphone that I'm using right now, and these mics are the best for podcasts, vocal recordings like singing, and interviews where you don't mind having a microphone in the shot. Now let's talk about which microphone you should buy. For each one of these microphones, I'm going to give you 3 different options. A beginner option, which is most affordable, an intermediate option, and an advanced option so that you can get one that fits your price range and then be thinking about which microphone you want to upgrade to when the time comes. For a boom mic, here are my recommendations. For $170, you can get a Rode VideoMic Pro, which is my go-to on-camera mic. This is great for capturing the audio of weddings or if you're having someone talk to the camera who's standing anywhere from 5 to 10 feet away. If you have a bit more of a budget, I'd recommend upgrading to the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus, which has some pretty neat features that the regular VideoMic Pro doesn't have. For $130, you can get a Tascam DR10SG, which I personally own and love. This mic has a recorder built into the microphone, and all you have to do is insert a micro SD card, and then it records straight into the recorder. This means that you can stick the microphone on a boom pole, or you can get it super close to your subject without having it attached to the camera, but you'll have to sync up your audio in editing if you do this, because it doesn't record straight to the camera like the Rode VideoMic Pro does. If you want something a little more professional, you can get a Rode NTG5, which is $500. And in order to make this work, you also have to buy an external recorder like a Zoom H4n that you can plug the mic into and control audio levels from, which will cost an additional $220. Here are my recommendations for lav mics. For $60, you can get the Rode SmartLav Plus, which is a mic that plugs right into your phone, and then you can just record a voice memo. For $200, you can get a Tascam DR10L. This mic has a recorder built into it, and you'll have to sync up the audio in post, but it's one of the best lav mics out there. And for $600, you can get the Sennheiser EW112PG4, which is a wireless mic that you can plug straight into your camera so that you don't have to worry about syncing up audio in post. And here are my recommendations for cardioid mics. For around $100, you can get a Blue Yeti USB microphone, which you can plug straight into your computer. With this, you'll also have to get a pop filter, which helps eliminate a lot of the pops in the mic, because this mic isn't super good with those p sounds. For around $300, you can get a Rode NT1, which is a lot better quality. And at around $550, you can get a Shure SM7B with a cloud lifter, which is what I use. If you get this mic, you'll also have to get a small mixer that will cost around $150, so keep that in mind. Now here are some tips for helping you get clean audio regardless of the microphone that you're using. Tip number 1 is get the microphone as close to your subject as possible. The further away the mic is, the worse it will sound. Tip number 2 is try to record the audio in a place that has little to no reverb. If there's reverb, try putting up blankets on stands to dampen it as much as possible because, let's face it, everyone hates reverb. Tip number 3 is to check your audio recording levels to make sure you're not peaking. You never want your audio to be louder than -6 dB. So when you're about to record a person, make sure you have them talk as loud as they will be talking beforehand to test your recording levels, and then set them at a level where there will be no peaking or distortion. And tip number 4 is use tools and editing to make your audio sound better. Just like color correction can help fix bad colors that were shot in camera, there are a few tools inside Premiere that can help make audio sound a little better. The 2 most common tools that I use are EQ and Dynamics. With EQ, you can take a certain frequency and make it louder or softer. So for example, if you recorded some audio on a lav mic that was muffled inside of someone's shirt, there's a lot of low frequencies in that audio. So you can use EQ to soften the low frequencies and raise the high frequencies to make it sound more natural. And Dynamics is a tool that takes the loud parts of an audio track and makes them quieter, and takes the quiet parts of an audio track and makes them louder, which makes the volume sound more even and consistent all the way through. But that's it for this video. Make sure to join our Pro Filmmaker Facebook page if you have any questions, and we'll see you in the next one.